I'm Jenna Love from the Somebody You Love podcast, and this is a misconception about the industry. So, I am somebody who absolutely chose my line of work. I got really good marks in school. I had the option to study literally anything I wanted to at university. I have a degree, I have other qualifications, and yet this is the work that I've chosen. It's true that at first getting into this industry was entirely because of financial reasons. My husband and I had no money and we needed money. And so that's how I sort of fell into it, and it was pretty unplanned, and I sort of flailed around for a little bit. Then I ended up leaving the industry, and it wasn't until a couple of years later that I made the choice to re-enter the industry, and I realized that this is my career, this is something I love, it's something I'm passionate about and that I care deeply about. A lot of my friends in the industry are exactly the same, but we are incredibly privileged, and we know that. Of course, there are plenty of people in the adult industry whose choice to enter it came from a really limited set of options, but they still made the choice. We all make a choice to do what we do. If somebody is there not by choice, if somebody is in the adult industry not by choice, they're actually not. They're a slave, they're being trafficked, etc. That's actually not SW. Suggest that the people who had more limited choices don't get agency to choose what work they do is really infantilizing. I have spoken to so many survival workers, and they may not like the job. They might absolutely hate their job, and they're allowed to hate their job. But they still chose to do it. They've chosen to do it over something else. The other options available to them are worse than this one is. And this is the thing, because unless we happen to be born into the 1%, do any of us have a choice? I didn't choose to have to pay rent. I didn't choose to be born into a capitalist society, but I was, and I have to earn an income. So I'm going to make do with what I can. I'm going to choose out of the options that I have what the best option for me is. And every SW makes that choice. It's absolutely fine if it isn't the choice that you would make. I get that. There are so many jobs that I would never, ever choose. And I find it difficult to understand how the people do them. But that doesn't mean that I don't believe that they can choose. I know that they have agency and they can decide what's right for them. Just like SWs.